I posted a short like a week ago asking for book recommendations because I want just a fun summer read now that my courses are done with. I have some free time for the summer and I can choose which books I want to read, which I usually like the reading course material, but it's nice to read a rom-com in the summer. And I had a realization that I haven't gone to a bookstore and bought a random book in I don't know how long. Now, don't get me wrong, I have gotten great book recommendations from YouTube, Instagram, those really popular books like ACOTAR, Fourth Wing, Circe, and it's gotten me into genres that I never would have gotten into. But today I am going to two bookstores, my favorite in Victoria so far. I need to find some new bookstores, and just looking and finding some books that I want to read. Now, originally I was trying to find authors that I'd never read before, but I was watching a Brandon Sanderson lecture the other day and I was like, ooh, there are some books that I'd like to read of his. I got a recommendation for Tress of the Emerald Sea, I believe it's called. There's another book of his I've been wanting to read. So I might get a few books and I'm going to try to find a rom-com that I haven't seen before that just really interests me and have a good time looking at these books. So let's go spend an afternoon together in the bookstores. Okay, so I'm back from in town and I will be honest about two things. One, I didn't have like the best day downtown today. There seems to be something in the air for this Monday, which is just like negativity, not good things happening. And so I didn't feel, I was a little frazzled. So I didn't end up filming as much as I wanted to downtown just because, yeah, my mind was kind of occupied and not in a good way. I went to Monroe's downtown, which I absolutely love shopping at that store. They do great points and I will do maybe a dedicated video later in the summer. It started getting busy and I felt uncomfortable filming. And that's the second point is I am not used to vlogging like out in the world. I'm definitely more comfortable in my home, sitting and chatting with you. So I would like to get used to that though. Exposure therapy, let's get it done. Because I enjoy watching these videos and I think if I enjoy watching them, I'll enjoy making them and hopefully you will enjoy watching them in turn. And yeah, because I had a weird day, I bought 3 books. I spent my money. I had some cash today and I was like, okay, this is for books. We're just going to do that. So let's start with the one I got in Monroe's, which is a honker. Look at that. And there was a write-up by a staff member about this book, which, yeah, immediately drew me in. And again, I did not take a picture or a video of that write-up and I regret that. but it's The Raven Scholar. You won't know this about me, but I absolutely love ravens. There was a video, like documentary on Amazon about ravens that I watched recently, and they're so cool. So I'm very excited because I got a lot of fantasy. I think I just got fantasy books this time. I didn't buy any romance. I know that was kind of my intention, but sometimes when a book draws you in, you have to listen. So this is from a writer that I haven't read before. Her name is Antonia Hodgson. She's a British writer. And I think what kind of sold me was at the end here talking about she lives in Kent, England, where she has been visited by a fox, a raven, a tiger in the form of her neighbor's ginger cat. No dragons as of yet. And actually, when I was in Monroe's today, a man had like a kitten who had a little harness on and was talking with staff about this cat who seemed to be a rescue. And the little kitty was meowing, and I wanted to give them space because of course the little cat's so cute and everyone wanted to see, but that helped lighten my day. Anyways, so The Raven Scholar. So I actually started reading this book while I was getting lunch. Because I just felt like I needed some fantasy, and I even started reading it a bit in the store. I'm trying to do that more often, where I read the first like page or few pages in store, make sure I like the writing style, and yeah, she immediately drew me in. We've got an exciting map. I know you probably can't see that, so it doesn't help. And then we have a map of like where the emperor lives, and this stone which used to have sacrifices on it. And we have all these different palaces: the Raven Palace, the Ox Palace, monkey, dragon, hound, bear, tiger, fox. Did I already say fox? I don't know. Did I say raven? I don't remember. So we have like, should I just read? Yeah. So 7 exceptional warriors, thinkers, and strategists compete to replace him. When one of them is murdered, it falls to Nima Kra, the emperor's brilliant high scholar, to find the killer and fight for the throne. Nima believes she is done, but we are here to help, and all she has to do is let us in. Who is us? Who is we? If she succeeds, we will win an empire. If she fails, death awaits her. But we won't let that happen. We are the Raven, and we are magnificent. Ooh, kind of eerie start. And I'll also read, this also got me to get this book. Brother, sister, listen to me. The 8 will return in blood and fire. You will taste them in the water. You will hear them in the wind. You will glimpse them in the lightning storm. They will come to you in dreams. They will call to you, but do not let them in. Do not let them in. They are coming. The bear warriors lament. And actually, the first chapter doesn't even deal with our main character yet, apparently. We're with a mother named Yasila. We're with twins Yana and Ruko, with a young sister who have been summoned to the emperor's like secluded castle. Oh, and look at that purple. Anyways, that is The Raven Scholar by Antonia Hodgson, and this is the first book that I will be reading during my time off from school. Now, this is actually a book that someone recommended to me in that little short that I did. And we have Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. And like I said this morning, he drew me in with that lecture that he did recently. It was like on fantasy and Tolkien. I guess Tolkien's influence on fantasy to be taken more as a serious genre rather than just fairy tale. And I think what really drew me to this is that it's a standalone novel, and I really enjoy how Sanderson writes female leads in Mistborn. I can't remember her name right now, but she's fleshed out very well and she feels like a human. He writes a lot of character and emotions in the best possible way that isn't necessarily like gendered towards women. It's just, yeah, is it Vin? I think it's Vin. Love how he wrote her in Mistborn, and I just feel like Tress is going to be another one of those main female characters that sticks with you, how Brandon Sanderson does. And again, I read the first little bit, just the way he's talking about her hair, and that's how she's known. Talking about her hair color, And men often describe the girl as having hair the color of wheat. Others called the color of caramel, or occasionally the color of honey. The girl wondered why men so often use food to describe women's features. There was a hunger to such men that was best avoided. That little paragraph alone kind of sold me on the book. And again, how Brandon Sanderson just is able to write really good parts for, I know she's not a real person, but parts for people to play. Like, I think that's the best way I just can describe it. It's not this fictional person. He makes them feel like real people. And I'm really excited to finally read this. This has been on my list for a very long time, and I am ready for this summer of, I guess, fantasy. I told you that I went for it with the books today, and this is my last one. It's a book that I have never heard about, and The Black Cat absolutely got me, and you know why. It's because of this guy. Maurice is a tuxedo man, but you know, he's mostly a little black kitty with his green eyes. Okay, thank you, Mo. I appreciate it. So, author I've never heard of, Oliver Darkshire. Oliver Darkshire. Where's the little inscription? Oh no. Oh, there he is. Okay, so they have the author on the first page, which usually they're in the back, right? So when I saw he wasn't in the back, I thought, oh no, when was this printed? 2025. Oh my God, is this book AI? Like, I don't know. But no, we have first page. Oliver Darkshire lives in Manchester, England with his husband and his curation of books. Okay, it's written by a person. I almost had a little panic attack there. Yes, so we have Isabella, Nagg, and the Pot of Basil. What drew me to this book was the cover. Very cute, and it's humorous, clever, will make you laugh, surprisingly tug on your heartstrings, leaves you with feelings of hope, and dare I say in these times, joy. I believe it's about like a witch on a tiny farm at the edge of the miserable village of East Graspy. Isabella and Nagg can't help but think that there might be something more to life than tolerating her freckless husband, caring for the farm's strange animals, and cooking up scrunge. Scrunge is in quotation marks. When Mr. Nagg returns home with a spellbook purloined from the local wizard, she thinks, what harm could a little magic do? And again, I was reading the first page, and we're dealing with a summertime book again. Let me just read you the first paragraph here. It was late summer under the pale green sky, and the wizard Bagdamagus had decided to retire. Not right now, perhaps in a decade or two. Yeah, it just seemed to get good reviews on the book, and I know they'll never put like a bad review on these covers, but there is a second book called The Devil and Miss Gooch. We'll see at the end if it's a must read, you know. We got almost 300 pages, so again, a great summer read. I'm so excited for the reading I am doing this summer. I hope you are too. I don't know. Are you inspired to read a lot this summer? How are you feeling with your book recommendations online or what you have planned for yourself? I heard some girls talking in the bookstore, and actually I tried not to be too obvious, but I went to stand by them to look at books to hear what they were recommending to each other. Is that kind of crazy? Maybe, but I think we all are a little crazy in the book community. Maurice is looking at me like I'm crazy. Probably because it's almost his dinner. Oh, it is his dinner. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up now. I hope you're reading a good book, and if you are, leave it in the comments. I always love some good book recommendations. There's been a lot on my shorts that I've been getting and definitely inspiring me. I make little notes, and I've been keeping track of all of them. I know I kind of went off script for this book, especially after asking for your help, but I don't know, I followed my little heart today, and it was nice to support some local bookshops today and get out. Was it nice to get out today? I don't know, but I hope you're having a good day, and I will see you in the next one because we're going to be talking short stories involving one of my favorite bands, a Korean boy band. I'll see you later.